belief is that when someone dumps their stuff onto me, I make it mean something. That kind of changed the trajectory of my life, their traumas or their things. I'm an empath, so the way I look at it is I'm like a sponge. So I grew up in a household where I had to listen to the footsteps or the tone of the voice. So I became that empathic energy very early on in my childhood. In my adulthood, I shrunk kind of to fit into other people's world, so I wasn't a burden. So I grew up in an era where you leave the house in the morning and you go and you play outside and you don't come back until the lights are on, right? So it was kind of like be seen and not heard type of energy. So I spent a lot of time alone, and I'm kind of very similar like you. I'm a maker, and that's a byproduct of my trauma. I'm assuming I like to do things alone. Every sport I've ever been in, like bodybuilding, gymnastics, competitive trampoline, it's all solo. It's not something I did a team sport, right? So for me to come here, yes. So when I see you create, my dream is to own a Juki sewing machine. So I have no limitations on what I can sew, but I also love welding and woodworking and things like that. So I never put a limitation on myself because it was my way of my outlet. So whether I'm lifting weights or doing pointillism or sewing, or filming or recording or doing photography, it was kind of like a shield or protection, but it was more a way to like go inward in my silence and learn how to be okay with myself and not allow anyone else's energy to come in. So.
Well, that's incredible. We have very parallel stories.
Yes.
That's pretty why I was drawn to do something with you.
Yeah, and I could feel your energy from day one though, because I just went on your Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's kind of similar to me, right? Like first I saw you working with wood, and then you're working with these metal triangles and making something like. So my backstory is when I turned 40, I became a millwright through the Women in Skilled Trades program. So I don't want to be a fixer. I want to be a maker. And I've been a maker since I was a little girl. So, yeah.
Well, I went to welding school.
Jealous.
When I was 25. Yeah, but then I realized it was like a really unhealthy trade.
Yes.
So I just want to do it like as an art form. I don't want to do night shift at mills. You sort of said, I don't want to be a fixer, I want to be a maker.
Yeah, I didn't want to have a job where I fixed things, like fixed machines.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating. I want to be the artist. I don't want to be the technician, right? So.
But this awakened soul co thing that you sort of have, it's sort of like in the healing space, right?
Yes. So what I want to do, and like to the source, my pain point is sitting in that trauma or that problem or that negative energy for like I was in a marriage for 12 years and there was no connection for at least 6. So I don't want people to sit in that space because of fear or because they're stuck. I want to be able to have them move through. Like say for me, for example, Monday, I never recorded myself before. This morning, I created a school community around conversation because I learned, that connection is what's going to heal me, right? And opening up.
You didn't sleep, did you? You've been too busy.
No, I was up at 6 a.m. creating school. So maybe I'm a morning person. I just need motivation.
You just need the right thing to wake up for.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it sounds to me like you're still fixing, except you're just fixing people instead.
I'm not fixing, so you can't.
Or facilitating?
Yeah, facilitating. So you can't fix anybody. No. All you can do is raise your vibration and show them what's possible. Right?
Yeah,
it's not your.
Still fixing. Right? It's not great languaging, but it's like.
Yeah, I don't want to take that responsibility on. I just want to here's the canvas, here's the paint. Now go make something. But this is how we start, right? So.
And I'll show you some techniques.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I'm new to all this.
Incredible.
What's that?
I said that sounds pretty incredible.
Thank you. So, what's your pain point? What is your thing that you're stuck in?
Well, it was more of like a shift, like a belief that um, I guess I never really heard this concept before, but it's the concept of your life happening for you, not to you.
Hmm.
Because as a younger person, I always played the victim role pretty effectively and had really bad self-talk and just felt like life was happening to me. And I was just like a little boat on the ocean, just getting swamped. And then I did this like crazy Tony Robbins journey with my family, and one of his big reframes that he just like drives into you
Wait a minute, you did
is,
the journey with your family?
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, we yeah, we all did Tony Robbins, like all the courses together.
Oh, amazing.
Um,
No, but I'm saying like to have a family member that's on the same energy level as you, I think that's amazing. And the reason I say that is because I come from, ultimately a lower vibrational frequency family.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it
oh
like
yeah, yeah.
when you say you did that with somebody that I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and my two sisters and my mom, we all did it together. So that was wild. And yeah, the belief that he instilled in me that I, remind myself as often as I can is, if life were happening for me, what would change? Like all the things that happened to me, all the regrets that I have, all the mistakes of which there are, I'm pretty hard on myself too, but what would it mean if it was happening for me to teach me something, to like set me up for the place where I'm supposed to go? Call it God, call it universal consciousness, call it fate. Like if all the things that happened to you were meant to happen to you, which is sort of what that belief is, what would that mean? Like how would that shift your decisions, your self-talk, your interaction with others? So it just sort of changed everything.
It's funny you
Like,
say that because my thumbnail is called Tower Moment on Instagram. So it talks about how many tower moments that I had just alone in the last 5 years. And if I didn't
what
have
is a tower moment? I've never heard that
so a
before.
tower moment is something when your whole world kind of crumbles to the ground.
Oh,
So like
like the tower falls down.
yes, so like say my
Yeah,
divorce or something bad happened to me and then I made it mean something, right? So
yeah,
remember I talked to you yesterday about coming up with like a word or a saying and then you have a reaction. I have one that sticks out that I have to say, it just keeps calling me to tell you. So everything that made you feel, listen to this. Everything that made you feel like an outsider in this world has been preparing you to be a leader in the new one.
yeah,
It's exactly what you
yeah.
just said.
Well, because being a leader, it's kind of lonely. There's usually not that many.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I'm a big Joe Dispenza fan too, and he talks a lot about that. Of like, if you're in a period of solitude and feeling isolated and alone, it's because it's preparing you to, continue down the lonely path, which is leadership,
right.
to some extent, right? Like, there's one general and lots of soldiers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. Where was I going with that? So I guess one of the fundamental shifts for me is like the sensitivity thing of like, oh man, I've spent so much of my life like trying to dumb down my sensitivity and numb it out. And then like over the last, especially over the last week, it's just been like, oh my gosh, let's reframe that to if this is the way it's supposed to be. If life was happening for you and your sensitivity was a gift, then what does that mean? What shifts in behavior? What shifts in lifestyle? What shifts in friendships need to happen if things are going exactly as they should?
But it's kind of like your superpower, right? Because it's opened up doors for friendships within the group that you may not connect with, right? In a normal
Yeah,
everyday setting. So,
yeah, yeah. I've sort of been feeling for a while that like since the pandemic, really, my friend group has just gone like, doot, 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 doot.
yeah.
uh, and at first that was like uncomfortable because I didn't really know how to deal with it. I was like, oh, I still want to be the life of the party, but then it was like, no, no, this is preparing you for stepping out there because that's the path, Bjorn. Whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
you're going to be sticking your neck out a lot going forward. And that's going to make most people really uncomfortable.
So, like my personality, I'm a Leo, so I have that energy where I want to interact, but a lot of my sign is like solitude, is that, doing the thing alone. When I get into that space, I learn the most about myself. And I interact, but I need to pull back and recharge, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're like in the world,
Yes.
hermit in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
have a lot of like Leo friends, Aries, other fire signs, and they're the same. But when they go quiet, they go really quiet, and you just gotta let those group of people do their thing. But when they come back out, they come out to play and have fun and create, right? So it takes a lot of energy out of you.
Have you done your human design?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's another new age
Oh,
philosophy like astrology. Uh, yeah, all of it I treat sort of with a little bit of like
yeah, of
a
course.
little bit of a little bit of salt.
I did
um,
the chart with my birth chart, like with the rising sign in that, and I asked BC yesterday about how to learn about it. Like I have the paper, but I don't know I don't know what any of that means. So I don't know if
if
that's
you
a
like that
thing.
sort of thing, check out your human design thing because it blew me away. I was like,
Yeah,
well, this is the most in depth thing I've ever done, and I've done all the things, Myers Briggs, the Big
yeah,
Five, like all of it.
yeah. Send me the list and
But
I'll check it out because my biggest thing is I'm the most interested on why people do what they do.
yeah,
So during
yeah, be yourself.
right, well, during the pandemic, it was very low vibration. So I think first 3 years I listened to like crime podcasts, and now
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. So now I listen or watch to like self development and improvement, right? So
What sort of main things did it change? Like, how did you sort of, you say it sort of changed the trajectory. So if your life was going this way, and then you absorbed something from someone, and then it sort of, and then you started to go this way. Like, can you recall any of those moments and sort of what was going on for you and what changed?
so it was a cumulative of a bunch of moments that I think it was kind of like the tower falling, and I used to have a very attractive, fiery energy. Like when I walked in the room, and I couldn't control this. It's just who I was. I Everyone's head would turn, and I didn't understand why. And I think it was because I had this bubbly, positive outlook. Like I was positive, pure energy. Like I was vibrating at such a high level, and then everyone would tear me down because now I understand that it's a reflection. It triggered them, right? So that triggering, I eventually shut down internally. And so I used to do fitness modeling and bodybuilding and trampoline and gymnastics and dance, like all kinds of dance. And what I did was it attracted the wrong type of partner because I was in my early 20s. And then I couldn't control it. So what I did was I'm doing it now. I have the turtleneck on. I gained weight. I made myself shrink. I didn't speak up. I sat in the back. Like for me to talk in this class all week, I never did that before. Like something is just
But you did
pushing
it in
me.
your early 20s, though.
I did that in my early
But you did it,
20s, over
yeah,
25 years ago. Do you see
yeah,
what I mean? So my whole
yeah.
life, I played small. I picked partners that were not of a high like valuation of themselves. So like my partner cheated on me and I was single for 15 years. So I can relate to that period where, like you said before, I just kind of went inward and I didn't share myself with anybody. I didn't create a family. I didn't create a life. I just played small. So that's what I say. It kind of changed the trajectory of my life because I could have had the house and the kids and all the things, but I was afraid.
Yeah.
So I
And you
kind
felt
of,
that you absorbed some of that from your partners. You sort
everybody.
of absorbed this negativity, everyone.
Yeah, but like without getting giving out my details on the internet. It was a Jerry Springer show. It was a Jerry Springer show. It was very traumatic. So traumatic that I quit my job. I changed my phone number and I moved 4 or 5 hours away. I didn't speak to my family. My tower moment was caused by someone else's actions. And I took that personally, right? So I just kind of created joy in a different way, but I didn't share. I didn't create a life where it had community. Like now, like this, talking to people online is the opposite of what I would do, right? Like, sure, I have a blog. Sure, I have an Instagram page. Sure, I travel and I do these things, but I solo camp. Or I do, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go camping with other people. When I get invited, I want to go, but I don't. It's just, I don't know.
That might be changing.
Yeah, for sure.
You might be in another tower moment.
Yeah.
What a good one.
Who knows? It might be whitewater rafting.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I don't know what the thing is, but the whole point of me creating the vehicle is to create movement and go, right? Not be stuck. So the one biggest lesson I think I learned from this class this week is movement is not being stagnant in your energy, creating that movement, and like, it's silly, but just dancing. Like, I was dancing on the roof of my Jeep and I was filming myself. Like, what? So you'll see the video.
Huge fan of dancing over here.
What's that?
I said I love dance.
Yeah, well, no, so I took ballroom dancing, salsa dancing,
Me too!
Really?
Dude.
So yeah. I was the first one on the dance floor at the club and the last one to leave. And I found one girlfriend and we spent 6 days a week dancing and we didn't care. No one was in the club. We were just on the stage dancing.
6 days a week, that's intense.
Well, it was college and we had an addiction.
I was hiding in my room in college.
What's that?
I was hiding in my room in college. I didn't go to one party my first year. Not one.
So I took school very seriously. Like, I didn't date or I didn't go, like, I went out, but I didn't do anything. Like, I wanted to make sure that I had all of my education. Like, it was worth. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Yeah.
It's a whole other interview.
Yeah.
Well, sweet, Sarah. Thank you so much for your vulnerability and your story.
Yes, thank you.